Now we will study about international trade. So what is international trade? When trade activities are being done between two or more countries, it is called international trade. So there are various factors like government policies, means the rules of the government or the economic condition of a nation, then international market, international laws, currency, etc., which influence trade activities among different countries. Now the first type of international trade is export trade. So what is export trade? When we sell goods to another country from our own country, that is known as export trade. So export trade refers to selling of goods and services to other country or foreign countries. For example, if India sells apples to USA, so that is export trade. Now what are the procedure for export trade? Let's see. The first stage is known as preliminary stage. Here the first step is registration. So before going into export trade, the exporter has to get himself registered with various authorities as follow. So first is Directorate General of Foreign Trade to obtain import export certificate number. So a person need to get this certificate number, only then he can move further for export trade. Second is Income Tax Authority to obtain permanent account number, that is your PAN number. You need to get this PAN number also. Accordingly, you can move further for the export part. Third is other authorities like EPC, Export Promotion Council, and GST Authority, that is Goods and Service Tax Authority. So you need to register here first. These three registrations are quite important to start the export trade. Then second is appointment of agents. After registration, the exporter appoints agents or sales representatives abroad to book orders. The exporter may also open a sales office in a foreign country. So here the businessman, means the exporter, will require one agent who will book the orders on his company's behalf abroad. Then B part is pre-shipment stage. Here the first part is receipt of order. First part is receipt of order. So as soon as order is received, the exporter must verify and confirm the order. Here the exporter needs to check on the restriction on import in importer's country. So they have to check which goods are not allowed to import in that particular country, and then they can accept the order which is allowed on import. Second is letter of credit. The exporter requests importer to issue a letter of credit in his favor. The receipt of a letter of credit from the importer's bank will clear the foreign exchange and other restrictions. Now international trade is being done with the foreign exchange of foreign currency. So here the exporter will require letter of credit from the importer's bank to clear the various foreign transactions and various other restrictions. Third is pre-shipment finance, means finance before the shipment. The exporter obtains pre-shipment finance from his banker to meet the working capital requirements. Working capital requirements means all those capital which we require to run our business on daily regular basis. So who will provide those capital? Such finance will be provided from the banker. Fourth is production of goods. The exporter has to produce goods as per the buyer's need. If the exporter is not a manufacturer, then he will get the ordered goods from the local supplier. So after going through all this process, then comes the production of goods. So exporter needs to produce goods which is required by the importer, means the buyer. And if they do not produce or manufacture goods, then the exporter will get the goods from the local supplier, and then they will sell further to the importer or importer's country. Then further, fifth part is packaging. Now the goods must be properly packed because packing plays three important roles. One is protection of goods in transit. Now you are selling goods to different countries, so the time travel will be quite long here. So you require packing in such a way that it protects your goods from any external damage or any internal damage. Second is preservation of quality of goods. If they are packed properly, what will happen? Goods will remain safe and the quality will be preserved. Third is promotion of goods. Packing also plays important part in promotion as the information about the goods will be printed on it. So it will help to promote the goods also. Sixth point is ECGC cover, means Export Credit and Guarantee Corporation. The exporter may obtain cover from ECGC. Such cover protects exporters against credit risk. For example, if the importer fails to make the payment of a bill, the exporter can be covered from ECGC to the extent of 90% of the loss. Means 90% of the loss will be paid by ECGC to the exporter if importer do not pay the amount of bill. 7 is GST formalities, that is goods and service tax. The exporter needs to complete GST formalities regarding export trade. So all the rules and regulations regarding GST must be cleared by the exporter before making export trade. Then next is marine insurance. The exporter has to obtain marine insurance under CIF, that is cost insurance and freight contract. He has to pay the necessary insurance premium and obtain an insurance policy. So insurance policy will play a major role in the safety of the goods which a person will sell to different countries. So here they require proper marine insurance also. Ninth is CNF agent, that is clearing and forwarding. In export trade, CNF agents are known as custom house agents. These agents are responsible for forwarding the goods. So clearing and forwarding agents are those experts who clear the goods through custom formalities with proper coordination with the carrier and taking care of all shipping and delivery related activities. Then next stage is shipment stage. Here the first step is processing of document. The exporter prepares a shipping bill and gets all document processed at the custom house. So this happens when you sell your goods to different country. You have to clear all your documents and you need to prepare a bill also. All the things must be processed at a proper custom house of the city or of the country. Second is examination of goods. The CNF agent obtain a carting order from the PTA, that is Port Trust Authority, to cart the goods inside the docks. So your CNF agent will have to work to clear the goods. So first they will examine whether the goods are proper or not. Then they can keep those goods inside the docks where the goods have reached. Third is loading of goods. After examining the goods, CE, that is Customs Examiner, issues the let export order. Means after they will check all the goods are proper or not, or they are legal or not, then they will issue one letter, one order, which is known as let export. The CNF agent then obtains let ship order from Custom Preventive Officer CPO. Then after getting this order of let ship order, what happens then? Goods are then loaded on a ship for which a mate's receipt is obtained. The CNF agent approach shipping companies and obtain a bill of lading. Here mate's receipt is a temporary receipt issued and signed by the officer of the vessel to acknowledge the goods ready to be loaded on a ship. And bill of lading contains details list of a ship's cargo in the form of receipt given by the master of the ship to the person consigning, means sending the goods to different countries. So this stage is a part of shipment stage. It happens at the exporter's country. Now further, there is post shipment stage. First is shipment advice. First year is shipment advice. The exporter sends shipment advice to the importer, informing him about the dispatch of goods. Means the goods have been dispatched and all the details regarding the goods will be sent by the exporter to the importer. He also sends a copy of packaging list, commercial invoice, and non-negotiable copy of loading along with an advice letter. So all these things will be provided by the exporter to the importer. Second is presentation of documents. The exporter submits all necessary documents to the bank for negotiation and realization of export proceeds. So to clear all the part of export, the important documents must be sent to the bank for various other functions like negotiation and realization of export. Third is realization of export incentive. The exporter arranges to obtain export incentive from the concerned authorities. The incentives may include duty drawbacks, refund of GST if paid, etc. Your duty drawback means an amount of excise or import duty remitted, means deducted on goods exported. All these facilities can be provided by the local authorities or the government of the importer's country. Fourth is follow up. Exporters should always have followed up after export to find buyers' reaction towards the goods. So a business needs to get the regular feedback regarding the goods and services, whether the customers are satisfied or not. So these are the various procedure for of export trade.